Alright. Let's also do number patterns and a simplification. Okay, don't mind my handwriting. Okay, let's start with number patterns because they are a bit easy. Okay, let's give ourselves example. Let's say we have 2, 4, 6, 8 dash dash. Then normally what would they will ask is give them the next 3 terms. Give them the next 3 terms. What could be the next 3 terms? Obviously, by looking at the pattern here, to get 4, we add 2, right? To get 6, we add from 4 2, okay? To get 8, we add again 2, okay? So to get this number, we have to add that 2. So we have 10 here. To get this number, we have to add that 2. We have 12 here. To get this number, we have to add 2 again. We have 14. Okay, so those are the next 3 terms. If they are asking about the common difference, what is the common difference of this sequence? The common difference represented by D will be 2, because that's what we are adding. Okay, that's what we are adding. They can move around things. Have 14, 12, 10, 8, and they're asking you to give them the next 3 terms. Okay, from 14 to 12 we subtract 2. From 12 to 10 we subtract 2 again. From 10 to 8 we subtract 2 again. So to get to this number, we have to subtract 2 again. So subtract 2 here is going to be 6, subtract 2 here 4, subtract 2 here is 2. So those are your next 3 terms. Okay, if they are asking about the constant term, it has to be negative because the sequence is decreasing, so it's negative 2 because the sequence is decreasing, so you have to put a negative then. Okay, they can give you 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay, and they ask you about the next 3 terms. Okay, so you can see from here, if we add 5, we add 5, we add 5. Okay, so add 5 here, it's gonna be 25. Add 5 here, it's gonna be 30. Add 5 here, 35. So those are the next 3 terms. Okay, if they are asking about the common difference is 5, because when we add 5 throughout and the sequence is increasing, hence positive. Okay, they can move things around. 25, 30, 25. Okay, they can move things around like this. Then they ask about the next 3 terms. Okay, so from 35 to 30, there's a decrease here by 5. From 30 to 25, there's a decrease here by 5. From 25 to 20, there's a decrease by 5, meaning we have to decrease 20 by 5 again. It's 15, decrease this by 5, 10, this by 5, decrease this by 5 is 5. So those are the next three terms. Okay, then your D would be minus 5, because the sequence is decreasing. It makes sense that your common difference has to be negative, but we're decreasing everything by 5, hence it's 5, but it's negative. Okay, the sequence can be created like this. It can be created like this. Can be created like this. Okay, what do you see here? From 2 to 4, one can say we have added 2. That is true, because 2 plus 2 is 4. But one can say it's 2 times 2, because it's still 4. Okay, which one is right? We can't tell at this point. The only way to tell is to continue with the sequence. We will see if whether we add 2 or we times by 2. 4 plus 2 is not 8, so plus 2 is out already. But 4 times 2 is 8, so we are fine. Times 2 is fine. 8 times 2 is still fine, because it's 16. So they also need the next 3 terms. Okay, so 16 times 2 has to be 32. 32 times 2 has to be 64. Okay, 64 times 2 has to be 128. Okay, so what's the common difference? It's not a common difference, no longer a difference, it's a ratio. They call it a ratio. It's R. What is that? R is 2, because we simply multiplied throughout by 2, so the R is 2. Okay, it's 2. Have to be clear. They can move things around again. They can start with 28, 128, 64, 32, 16. Okay, then they want the next 3 terms. Okay, if we divide this by 2, we get this. Divide this by 2, we get this. Divide this by 2, we get this. Meaning we have to divide 16 by 2. 16 by 2 is 8. Divide 8 by 2 is 4. Divide 4 by 2 is 2. So those are the next 3 terms. So the common ratio when we divide has to be 1 divided by that number. What is that number? Is 2, because we are dividing everything by 2. So it's half. It's like that. Okay. Let's move on from sequence to simplification. Right. Let's go to simplification. Let's say you have x plus 2 all squared. How do we simplify this? Okay, this 2, it's more like x squared. X squared is more like x times x. Okay, meaning even here, it's more like this bracket times by the same bracket. Okay, so it would mean that we have x squared plus 2, and because it's times by the same bracket, x plus 2. Okay, that's what we have. From here, as the first answer, have a mark there because that's what you did. What do we do from here? We use the first term being this one. Use the first term to multiply the entire bracket, and we will use this term to also multiply the entire bracket. How do we achieve that? We take this out. It's x times by this bracket plus, if this sign is positive, if it's negative, it was going to be negative. Okay, because it's positive, it's going to be positive 2, because this has to multiply as well. The same bracket. Okay, so it's x plus 2. Okay. This multiply that. The same thing multiply that. Okay, even here, the same story. Okay, x times x is x squared. X times 2 is 2x plus, because this is plus. 2 times 2, 2 times x is 2x. 2 times 2 is plus 4. Okay. Is there anything that has x squared here? No. So we write it as it is. Is there anything that has x? Yes, this is 2x and 2x. So we add those two together. Is 4x plus. Is there any constant term? A term without an alphabet is only this one. So we take it as it is. If we had one, we would add those two together. Okay, so we have 4. This is our final answer. So it's a mark. Then it's a mark. It's 4 marks. Okay. Let me give you another example. Let's say you have x plus 2 into x plus 5. Okay. Meaning we'll take this time to multiply everything here and this time to multiply everything here. Okay. How do we do that? Same like here. So it's x outside this bracket plus 2 outside this bracket. Then we simply multiply. Okay, x times x is x squared plus x times 5 is 5x plus 2 times x is 2x. 2 times 5 is 10. These are the like terms. We add those like terms together. We have x squared plus 7, because 2 times 5 is 7, plus 10. Okay. Let me give you another example again. So it's a mark. It's a mark. Then it's a mark. Let me give you another example. That example would be y minus this time 3 y plus 5. Okay, plus 5. Okay, we do this the very same thing. This time by this time by this. Okay, y for this time, for that bracket, because it's negative now, would say -3. Then we plus this bracket, y plus 5. Okay, we simply multiply everything. Y times y is y squared, y times 5 is 5y, minus 3 times y is minus 3y, minus 3 times 5 is minus 15. Okay, these two are the like terms, but the signs are not the same now, so we'll subtract and take the sign of the bigger number. Which one is the big? 5 is bigger than 3, so we'll be left with 2 here, because 5 minus 3 is 2, but 2y in this case. Y squared minus plus 2y minus 15. Okay, I will do the rest of the simplification on the other video. I think this is it for this one. Okay, thank you guys.